Criminal Girls invite only.
Yeah.
Is that the visual novel one or is that the fucking the
Criminal World
dungeon
was the
crawling one?
what do you call it? Nippon Ichi's dungeon crawly, I think. I don't know, something. It was like $2, and Nippon Ichi. I
Yeah,
was like, cool.
I know there's one where I don't remember the name. I don't remember if it's Criminal Girls or something else, but there's one where they're like in a dungeon and
Hmm.
you torture them or something sexual. I don't
Probably
remember.
like Torture Girls. I think that was recently
I
popped up
think
in
it's
the.
Torture Girls.
Yeah, yeah. I may have not bought like 5 copies or something like that. It's fine. I don't have a problem. Hey, welcome.
Yes, hello. We're not talking about torturing girls. Of course not.
Well, maybe a little bit.
Well, here we are. Wait, my favorite game of all time. Well, my favorite game series of all time.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this whole mess.
You remember what SAO promised?
I remember it existing.
It promised a fun, trapped in an MMO, things are high stakes kind of story, and then it turned into a harem with a boy with a god complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Dot Hack series did a lot of it better. Some
Okay.
stuff is
Yeah.
not as good, but it does a lot of the problem in the MMO storyline way
Hmm.
better. One
I
of the
mean,
big things being that they're not trapped in it unless certain circumstances are met, which they touch upon.
all right. I mean, I'm still kind of baffled that those spine knives are he's holding.
So the way
Uh,
the game is set up,
but I,
all the weapons in the GU franchise, which is what this is, took the took a lot of inspiration in steampunk. So a lot of the
all right.
designs are going to be very heavily sci-fi steampunk.
Okay. I can imagine that a little bit more. The belt is a bit off with that though, but sure. That belt vest is baffling me. Beyond that, yeah, okay. But yeah, let's go into Rebirth, right?
Yep, Rebirth is the first one of the GUs,
Yeah.
and you don't need to know the story of the first
Cheat
original
mode.
4 games. Cheat mode just lets you turn on cheats to make it a little easier. So like
Hmm.
infinite amp or infinite health, level 99, all that good stuff. It's designed for a
Hmm.
second playthrough, so you can just fuck around because it has a not infinite but a near infinite level system,
Hmm.
and we'll talk about that when we get to it. So big warning that I'll put at the front of this video. Dot Hack has a lot of flashing lights and stuff to correlate with its aesthetic.
Hmm.
In some
The
cases,
whole
it's not very good, and it
logging
can
in
be
scene.
yeah.
I mean, at least it has that warning. Topical.
I mean the original game didn't. Well,
Well,
this
that's a
doesn't
way of
have a
saying.
warning either because they dialed that back a lot. But the original has a sequence where if you use the attack called Data Drain, which is very important to the story and how you progress in some cases, there's a cutscene you can turn on and off. But the cutscene has some massive uh, black and white colors shaking.
All right. Haseo. Haseo.
Haseo. This is you creating your character and joining the world.
Yeah. What's the world called?
The world.
Ah. No, but what's the world called though?
So you're going to what is
R2
essentially
Dazzling
the
Twilight Dream. Okay.
what's it called? Starting town, the
Oh.
Eternal City, Makanu.
Makanu. Hmm. I guess you could call it an aesthetic with this older style graphics, but even then,
Hmm. PS2 game upres for PS4 and Steam.
yeah. But I guess it's still kind of weirdly MMO-esque, so it's kind of
So
normal.
at the time of creating the Dot Hack games,
Whoa, this is cool.
MMOs were slowly getting popular, like really, really popular,
Yeah.
Hey.
and some of them had some pretty decent stories for the time.
Hey, you.
And the
Adept
director was
Rogue.
like, "Man, I want to play an MMO, but I
Yeah,
don't want to do the
I'm talking to
Herculean
you.
task of gathering a team together.
Hmm.
So how about we do a single player MMO?"
Oh.
So, I take it this is your first
Who are
time
these fucking
playing
guild
this game.
recruits waiting at fucking starting location?
I just finished
Your
installing
tutorial.
it to my PC.
Hmm.
Well, if you wish, we will be honored to show you around.
It won't take
I
long
am
before they're
sure
saying,
you'd
"Hey,
like
want
to
to join our
become
guild?"
well acquainted as soon as possible.
Just say
So that's
yes
actually
and come along
something they
with
touch
us.
on, why different
I
people
promise
play
you
the
won't
world and
regret it.
how they play the world.
Hmm.
Your typical MMOs, there's
Alright,
people
it
that
is
play
decided
specifically
then.
to level up, some that do the event, some that do
Here,
dress up.
I'll hand you my member address.
I cried. Ioten? Ioten?
I think it's IO10.
Eh?
I don't
Find
even
out.
know if they actually
I'll
say
stop.
their fucking names.
Member addresses
There's just
are
nothing then, what these characters
short
are.
email addresses
Piston head
that
over here fucking doesn't
you
matter.
only use in the world.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Short mail allows you to instantly send and receive messages from any player online in the world.
You can only invite people that you have member addresses for to join into your party.
I want those
One of the
movements
things-
synced up with the
so let's
Japanese
open the
more.
menu.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one of the things about the dub is pretty
Press
good.
Y. Which one was Y? Q? It was Q.
Was it Q?
Oh no, I just skipped the cutscene. It's E. Alright. It's like party.
So it's gonna walk you through pretty much all the basics
This
with this.
is a list of all the people who have a member address.
Can they actually be in your party in the future? Or only like the key players would be allowed in your party?
I don't remember. Because one of the defining traits about the Dot Hack games
Let's have
is,
some
unfortunately, they were all sold
I am
separately
honored to lend
at different time frames. And
Okay,
in this case, I
great.
think these
Now
were
your party is complete.
6
Remember,
to 8
you
months
only
apart,
invite people logged into the world.
something like
Enough
that.
with the formalities. Should we
And
go
so,
on to your first
You
adventure?
would get this one volume,
I like
volume
that
1
character.
Rebirth. Play through the game, you get your save file. Max level you can hit in this one is 50. You can then take that save
Oh.
file.
I've
Ooh.
alt-tabbed out of it apparently. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I see. Oh boy. Okay. Do I not use my mouse at all then? Is what I'm getting at?
I guess not.
I don't think I'm gonna find my controller here in a moment.
I thought you had it hooked up already. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I was using mouse and keyboard. I was in the assumption that this was with mouse and keyboard. I mean, don't get me wrong. The prompts were clearly defining. Probably not. But I was hopeful. Alright, I think I'm gonna see if I can't get that rigged up real quick here.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. I'm back.
Ready?
Yeah.
We're back? Okay. So, you're getting ready to go to your first area.
Yeah.
And you do it through this warp gate called the Chaos Gate.
This is a
Transporter
transporter
called
called the
Chaos Gate.
Players can use this to travel from the root town to other locations.
It's Yuri.
Choose warp menu.
Has a hint of
I
him.
think so. There's a lot of
In the world, all locations
There's a lot of
except for
repeat
root
voice
towns,
actors.
fields, and dungeons are called
I mean, what else can
You
he do,
warp
right?
to these areas by combining 3 words at the Chaos Gate.
These words determine the type of area, monster strength, and so on. All right, let's try out the word selection.
Yeah, I feel like it is.
Choose area word
That
from
voice
the
is
menu.
distinct in a certain way. Alright, area
So,
world.
how
This
this
is
is
where
set
you
up.
input
They're
the
gonna
words.
only have you pick the first one.
Of course.
The thing at the top is the word plate. You combine the
Courageous.
3 words in here to create the area you want to go. The gyro at the left of the screen shows your current stock
Stock
of
words.
words. You can get more words by
Okay.
getting information from other players, emails, and forums. Okay, why don't you give it a try? Let's start with the first word. Choose courageous from your...
Well,
So, the first
Gator.
word determines.
daydream.
Okay, now you can go to your first area. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. See the mark left? That's a server
You can keep
symbol.
talking. This guy just
It
be talking
indicates the
nothing.
server you're currently
No,
in.
I'm
Right
trying
now,
to. I'm
it's
brain
showing
farting. I'm trying to
triangle
think.
for
The
Delta.
first word determines the
So, as you can see, we are all
determines
in the Delta
the
server.
level, I
If
believe.
it's a different server,
Second
you'll go
world
to another
determines
pay
the
attention to
layout,
the
and the
server
third
symbol
word,
when
I
invited
believe,
to it.
determines
Want to know more?
the
Just check out-
mission.
All right. Then
You
we're
fissin'?
off to Delta, courageous,
So as
engaging
you see at the
daydream.
bottom, it says reach the temple with the symbol fragments.
Ah, mission.
So there are some worlds where it's defeat the boss or do objective,
Yeah.
because there are certain worlds you can go to,
So, we've all been
and
transported to a field.
it basically allows you to
Open
create
your
a
map to take a look at the
near
layout.
infinite level of combinations, because the same three words can be
that was
used
pause.
in
What's there?
the server that you're in,
no.
which is the Delta server, and later on it'll add more servers like Theta and
This
what
is
is
the
it? There's
area
Theta
map.
and Omega,
Uh-huh.
and when you use the same words there, they're entirely different.
Okay. I assume server jumping is a thing later on.
To check current
Mhm.
position,
Okay.
mission info,
Because each
and
root
any-
town is on a different server.
Oh.
So this is the starting root town. You stay here until
This
about
is our
level,
mission.
I want to say, canonically until about level 35 or something like that.
Huh. Will we actually be 35?
Well, I guess they're sort of like.
You can
it
beat
looks
this
like
game
this
at
is a
35.
collection
It'll be a
mission.
little tough. I think the
We must
recommended is
collect
around
3 symbol
40.
fragments and make our way.
Okay.
Symbol
But you don't get
fragments are in
you only get
treasure
2
chests
root
found on
towns
the
in this game.
altars.
You don't get the next
altars are
ones until the
protected
next
by
one.
monsters, so the only options are to open the treasure with or defeat the monsters first.
Can you actually
then
stealth
open
it?
The treasure.
These are the
No.
altar icons.
Okay.
I suggest we first head to each of these icons and open the treasure.
Alright.
Now, this is the icon for the which is our final destination.
Okay,
So-
now that we've confirmed what our mission is, let's be on our
The way what they're explaining, those
Wait up,
3
Asta.
treasure chests
You forgot one more
have
thing.
nothing in them but the MacGuffin item that opens up the actual dungeon
okay.
chest.
So chests are merely a key.
No, those
Okay,
3
this
specific
time
ones
let's
are
get
merely a
going.
key. But certain areas, not this one because it's your tutorial area and it's bare bones as fuck.
Alright, and this heals
But
us.
certain
Okay.
ones will also have, like, go ahead. I think it's select. No, it's start on
What?
your controller.
Map?
So there's 5 areas there. 3 have altar. There's the one you started in, and then there's the one where the temple is in.
Yeah.
Some areas will have extra ones, so like 6, 7 to 8, and in one of them they might have a treasure chest, or monsters,
Yeah.
or nothing at
Nice.
all.
We found
kind
an
of thing.
altar already.
Don't patronize me. It's on a map. Former spider attack. Put much behind. Okay.
So you'll see the enemies on the map. If they look at you, they'll get alerted and they can walk to you. If you go around, see how it says surprise? If they're not looking at you, jumps you in and attacks.
Battle begins. The
Okay.
battle area spreads out like the battle area is surrounded
Oh my
by
God,
the
these
battle
goblins.
fence. So it's
Yeah, they're not
virtually
great. I
impossible
love
for
'em.
anyone to escape.
So combat in this game is not the most
Stake
in-depth,
the battle
unfortunately.
is with an item called a smoke
Asta and I don't have one right now.
It's quite
So
literally
we'll have to
just
fight it.
mash X. Well, yeah.
Okay. Is there
Some-
a change target?
Hey, you're not too bad.
Is there a
Not
lock
so
on?
difficult.
I don't remember if there's a lock on. I think you just walk up to them
Okay.
and it'll change.
My God.
Mm-hmm.
The edge on him.
Just keep
Oh, you have seen nothing yet. We will not stop this video until you see what happens after this tutorial. Because it's 3 cutscenes in rapid succession, but they kind of set the tone for this game because it's way different than the originals.
Well,
And so, unfortunately, gameplay is mostly that.
is this
The
tapping?
different weapons that you get will add different effects. So these right here have that tap at the end.
Okay.
So you combo, and then if you hit tap, each one does successive damage. So you can do, I think it's 4 hits. You start tapping, and then it does about 5 additional hits. There's some items that I like where you'll hit the button, hold it, and they'll throw you behind them, do some anime shit.
Real quickly, it's this way. Okay.
There's some
Oh, this way. Okay.
since we're not going to be playing that far and probably not return to this, unfortunately.
All right.
Um,
we found another altar.
Haseo is a unique
I'll teach
class
you
to
about
this
using skills to attack.
MMO called an Adept Rogue. Basically, he is a red mage without being an actual red mage.
As in,
The regular
So there's
combo
you just have the
There's
moves.
multi-
or-
normal attacks.
there's multiple classes, and when you pick Adept
Skills
Rogue,
enable
you
to do
technically get a what is skill points, or you get a certain locking number. Oh,
Okay. What you
skill
see
triggers
here
are
is
the other
skill
thing that
trigger
helps the
menu.
flow of battle be a
Okay.
little more
See the 4
dynamic.
panels?
Actual skills.
You can press
Yeah,
the button.
actual skills.
Now try
You can
it
do
out.
them from the menu, but the hotkey lets you do them
All right.
more
The
dynamically.
skill
Yeah.
trigger is not just a shortcut.
It can also be used to stop enemy attacks.
Aren't you
And if you hit
forgetting
it,
something
it freezes
important,
time, and
Dwayne?
then you get priority.
There is an even more
That would
So
not work in
someone-
MMO.
skill trigger.
It would not work in an MMO,
Of course I have
especially
Recode.
when later
Talking
on
about Rengeki,
you
right?
actually go and do PvP matches in an arena, and
And
it
enemy freezes
Oh.
Oh.
The enemy freezes, but they can also counter you the same way.
with their own freeze.
It's kind of bullshit.
Oh, that's so dumb. That would not fly.
But he gets like I don't remember what it's called, but like class, like a class limit. So let's say it's a number 5. That's the limit.
Mhm.
He can then pick up to that number.
There you go.
He can pick up to that skill number of it's kind of complicated. So
Shall
it's
we
like
let him play as you
That's a good idea.
what class you are right now is a twin blade. So
Mhm.
let's just say that costs 2 out of the 5 limit that he has. And let's just say he picks a tank class called the heavy blade, and say that's a 3. So now, when he unlocks the ability to go into that, he will be able to use the twin blades that you have right now, the
Yeah.
heavy blade swords, but he can also equip heavy armor, which is something the twin blades can't do.
Okay, because of its class and stuff, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, ultimately, he can be a jack of all trades and handle a wide range of stuff for like a solo player.
Mhm.
But if you were to size him up in like a normal situation, he would be less effective
Then we did.
as a pure twin blade or a pure heavy blade.
Okay.
So there's some. You won't really see it much in this game specifically because of how the next cutscenes will play it out, and I'll explain that.
Mhm.
But not a lot of people pick Adept Rogue simply because of that trade-off. It's like, oh,
You don't get a bonus, or you don't specific stuff. You just are a thing, and
Yeah. So like he'll get some of the stats of the twin blade, but he won't get all of the stats of the twin blade. So he won't be as fast as some of them. Or he won't be as tanky as the heavy blade. You know,
so
that kind of thing.
no one wants him because he's not useful enough for the dungeon raids when you can get a specialized class.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome job. All right. Let's finish off by heading for the Beast Temple.
Okay, now use the map.
So
to
we
check
haven't
your
talked a whole
position,
lot about the
just like we
background, but I
talked.
know you see some of that stuff back there.
Yeah, that's the old steampunkiness right there.
There is lore to this version of the world that some of the characters touch on that has nothing to do with the story. Like, turn back around real quick.
All right. Were they
That
actually?
thing right there,
Yeah,
that is a giant fucking cannon.
I can't see that actually. Oh yeah, a little
That is
barely.
a giant cannon. And you want to know what the story of that cannon is?
Hmm.
So, the background, the backstory of the world.
That one.
I don't know if that's a cannon or a tower. It might be another cannon. But the gods granted life to this world, and the denizens of the world were servants of the gods. You know, standard stuff.
Sure.
At some point, a faction of humans, not humans, I forget if they're what they were considered, decided that they were done taking orders from the gods and felt that they were unfair to them, so they waged war against them. Those cannons were designed to shoot into heaven
Oh.
and
Really trying
literally
to kill
the
gods. My God.
Like it's stupid.
Did they
but it's
work?
Great. they killed some, according to the lore. They killed
Huh?
a couple.
Well, you know what then?
This is a
They did what they
statue of
wanted to.
Ulset, the god of law. We just call it the beast statue. But I think in the
And then
game
there's stuff
story,
like that,
it's
yeah.
supposed to be an important god or something.
They have no bearings
that
on
treasure
the
box?
actual dot hack
That's
story,
the
but
offering to
the
beast
lore,
statue.
the hidden lore of the MMO
There's a rare
Yeah.
item inside of
is
that
pretty
fun.
that you
interesting
can
to me.
only
I
get in
like
this
stuff
area.
like that.
Yeah. Is there actually like a ability to actually find all the little secrets and discover what the hell the world is?
Go
Well,
ahead.
Nothing-
You're still
the lore
here.
of it.
You need all the
really-
help you can get.
nothing really is given to you in game other than your own little satisfaction of learning about it.
Sky gear.
So that's your reward, and it's in a lot of cases it's rare. In some cases it's not.
Thanks.
Oh no.
And this is another thing about the world. PvP is always turned on in the areas.
Oh.
Your rewards.
Yes, and our reward.
I mean, I feel like this is the slowest way to get anything.
These pathetic noobs.
So
It's
these
really
are
quite
part
fun.
of a group. They call them PKers
Face
because
it,
they're
an
player
idiot
killers.
like
Sure.
you
They get
qualified to play
satisfaction
this
literally
game.
out of just killing new players.
hold
They care
on.
nothing.
I thought
They
you
don't
said
care
I
about
could
anything
kill
else.
this
Okay,
one.
that's fair.
Don't you
They
remember?
pretend to show you a rogue,
After all,
and because you don't know how to really play the game and you're also like 20
this is
levels
my
below them,
reward.
you can't defend yourself.
Ah.
So sure, you got a little help getting your weapons in your first adventure, and then you get killed.
Okay, yeah, but what's death actually mean in this game?
I think it doesn't affect actual gameplay, but I think in lore, death is loss of experience.
I mean, we had none to begin with. It wouldn't be too bad.
And it's also a pretty shitty experience.
Nice
That's fair.
try, dear.
And a lot of this is played up. Like, this is a game. They can't
Yeah.
feel anything. It's
How
not like
pathetic.
SAO.
Yeah,
where they
I'm
felt the pain and stuff.
kind of going like, so is there like a weird control system they have though?
It is a VR headset with a PS1 controller.
Oh my god.
It's not actually a
Come
PS1
on,
controller,
say
but when
something already.
they show it in the anime, it might as well be a PS1 controller.
Okay.
Like no DualShock
Just
analogs or
pretend to be
anything.
their
It's just a
friend.
PS1 controller.
All
Fucking A.
over themselves.
I'm dead. What are they doing?
Kicking the body
still
until you
around, aren't you?
respawn.
I guess.
Huh? What the?
Oh, okay, bye. I guess there's no invisible walls in this game.
Technically, no.
Hmm.
Technically, no.
I'm not
Because,
dead.
Of course, I think it runs on revive rules where you can sit there and get revived.
Hmm. And just some new player, I guess.
And this guy. So there's a tie-in anime to this that is indeed canon, but doesn't really do much for the story except explain who he is more in depth and his story behind it. He finds him after this PK. Says the iconic line,
To the world.
"Welcome to the world,"
Hmm.
and then invites him to join his guild.
Oh, and that's
And
where
the
we
anime,
go from there.
yeah, the anime follows Haseo in that guild and the people he meet.
Okay.
And then we cut to 8 months later after the events of the anime. And this is him fully upgraded as an Adept Rogue. He has
Okay.
his 3 class ups.
I feel like having PvP enabled in all areas in MMO is usually pretty, bad idea.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad idea.
I assume there's a lot of bad ideas in this game later in the future.
Yeah, when we finish these cutscenes and before we stop, I'll explain. There's an actual forum section, and you can see, though they are
What an
manufactured by
idiot.
the developers, you can actually see people griping about stuff like that.
Hmm. It's fair. So are we supposed to be like insanely leveled now?
Yep.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, at this point in time, he's a level 128.
Who wouldn't make a character like that?
What?
People made these characters.
People made these characters. this sets it apart from the original 4 games. It's way more over the top. This is where CyberConnect started doing more obnoxious choreography.
I can see it. Oh my god.
Mhm.
Oh, it's screen tearing though. Oh, we have a scythe too. Can we switch out weaponry like on the fly? Gameplay wise as well?
Yep.
Okay.
And with the skill trigger, you can set different skills for the classes in it. And when you use the skill trigger, it switches to that weapon, it saves so it can switch back.
Oh, that's kind of neat. I mean, it's
So you
still.
can go in.
So the real complexity is the skills and
Yeah.
the.
It's the combination of the weapons alongside the skill triggers.
Okay.
Not the most in-depth for an action RPG, but
Yeah. I mean, it's still mashing the
yeah,
attack
it's
button.
still mashing the attack button.
Let's go a little bit more at least.
And at this point in
I'm
time,
surprised. I didn't think you'd be that strong.
he does
I
nothing
guess
but
this
kill
means that the rumor
PKers.
about you killing 100 PKers wasn't a lie after all.
So he's the
Hey,
PKK.
Come on, don't
Uh-huh.
look at me like that.
Oh my god.
Player, killer, killer. It is
Here,
as dumb as it
let me
sounds.
apologize.
Some people
So just
acknowledge
take it
that it's
easy.
dumb,
Calm
but the
down
fact that
and-
no one can really beat him leaves little to
I
it
guess.
leaves little to complain about.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you could just call you the dumbest name ever, but then you just don't lose.
What
Just
did
like
you say?
fearing everyone else, so fuck it, I guess.
PK shrouded in blue
Yeah.
fire. They say players that get killed by him never come back to the game.
Huh?
So this is
Oh,
a
come
hint on his
now.
quest
Don't
and
tell me you
a
actually
hint
believe
on
that crap.
the events of
Those old
the
forum
anime.
fairy
Hmm.
He's
tales.
looking for a
So,
character named
You think you
Triad.
can go up against me, the
Okay.
great Bordeaux, and just walk away
Bordeaux.
like nothing happened?
These chainsaw blades are weird.
Yeah. There's a lot of edge in the steampunk world.
I say butt shot, but that's some low poly butt shot.
Oh yeah, it's low poly, butt as fuck. If this was a modern game, that butt slider would be way up there.
Yeah. There'd be a lot more crack. Alright.
Volume 1, Rebirth. Now all of the titles have a very specific. They work their way into the theme of the game.
Okay.
Rebirth shows itself kind of early.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I can only imagine that we can't be playing as overpowered character.
So this one will serve little purpose other than to introduce 2 characters and set up the next cutscene.
Alright.
So it's you.
Oh my god.
The character that sticks at death.
These,
Terror of
these
death.
shonen anime nonsense happening right now.
The PKK.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Sail.
And then you're like, oh man, these characters and everything,
Players
and
who
then you
kill
remember,
other
oh right,
players
they're
are
fucking
disgraceful.
teenagers behind a fucking.
And I agree. It's
Yeah.
terrible
Screen.
how PKs can just
I mean,
step
imagine
on
not all of
boards
them,
so easily
right?
these days.
Some of
No,
them
some
are
of
like
them are adults.
full functioning adults and
PKKs have
whatnot.
chosen to use
Yeah,
brute
some of them are
force to
adults, and they
stop
talk
them.
about how they
I don't
hop
have
on
time
after
for
work
this.
and before
Not
work.
now.
You
Yeah.
have no authority, and it earns you nothing. So why? I am the leader of Moon Tree's Unit 2. My friends call me Sakaki, and I'm afraid I cannot
there's-
overlook your actions.
3
Did you say
Major
Moon
guild?
Tree?
right now.
What's that?
Yeah.
The name of a guild?
He's a member of Moontree, and they're a big guild
Sorry,
that
Sakaki,
prides
but I've already
itself
got
in
enough
helping
friends.
out new
Thanks.
players and basically spreading joy around
Ah.
the world. They help out if need be, and go out of their way to like, oh, you need an item, we've got
Do you
stuff
always
for you.
interrupt
Don't
people
worry
like
about
that?
it. You can
Hmm.
pay us back in
You know,
kindness or enjoying the
Sakaki
game.
wasn't finished talking to
You know, I'll be
yet.
real honest with you. If I saw this guy with this much head, I would go, you know what? I don't want him in my guild. Fuck it. Who needs it?
Shino.
And then she's an important character as well as reminds him of the character
Actually,
that led him on this
Do you
quest.
know this person?
From the anime?
No.
Yeah, from the anime.
Utterly.
They have the same character model.
It's
just
not
different color
unusual to meet players with similar characters in an online game like this.
I can only imagine there's like dozens of same face, same body.
Just a case of mistaken identity.
There's
Hey,
a
you.
surprising lack
Why
of
don't
them
you
in
just-
the those schmucks
A
back
text
there.
message.
Yeah.
There's a surprising lack of them
Delta
in the
hidden
main
forbidden
cast
waterfall.
and the important story characters.
Waiting at
But there's a
Arcade
lot
Town.
of them in the walking around
But who
NPCs.
sent it?
Hmm.
Ovan.
I can't get it in my way. That tail thing.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
But yeah, I assume the anime also involved Ovan, so that's why we're chasing him a bit more too.
So,
Why don't you stop acting like a complete
little
fool?
little
Remember
backstory for the anime.
what you
In
PKKs
the
are
anime,
trying
the
to
guild,
do.
they call
If you
themselves the
succeed,
Twilight Brigade.
You'll be no different from the PKs themselves.
And the goal of their guild is to look for the legendary key item called the Key of Twilight. It is a rumored item to exist in the game. No one's actually ever found it, and they say if you can find this item, you can get one wish granted.
Okay.
So they scour the game, they look at rumors, message boards, and stuff like that to try to see if they can find something. Ovan was the guild leader. He pretty much just kind of operated on his own, but he was always around.
Okay.
About halfway in the anime,
Ovan.
he just up and disappears.
Hmm.
He stops responding to anyone. He no longer returns to the guild hall, and he's just a ghost
It's been a long
ghost on the
time.
wind.
Haseo.
And
Or
in that
maybe I
time, the
should call
guild
you
kind of
the
starts to
Terror
fall
of
apart
Death.
because everyone's just kind of
Well,
not feeling it anymore.
I mean, he was probably the
Quite
founder and all that.
A lot stronger
Yeah,
than you were back
the
then.
event with Shino happened,
Well, I was forced to
and
become
that leads
stronger,
Haseo down
thanks
his
to
path.
You, where have you been?
But everyone else ends up just
Haseo,
kind of leaving.
Always the reliable one. I knew I could count on you.
And so
You brushed
Haseo
past
was
me.
looking for him
When the
as
Twilight Brigade broke up, why didn't you come then?
Yeah.
What have you been doing the last 6
I was
months?
busy. It was such a small seed. I needed to find out what was growing inside.
And he speaks
And
in
there was
riddles
only
a lot.
one way to find out.
He's a player.
That's why I decided
Mm-hmm.
to raise
He's
it.
a player.
Yeah.
You raised it? What are you talking about, Ovan?
Man.
I'm speaking figuratively.
When you suddenly disappeared, we all just... Why did you disappear like that? After that, Shino.
And
I've
there's
seen
a
it.
there's a weird love triangle where
Haseo, do you
Haseo had
want to know
feelings for
about
Shino.
trials?
Wait, you know
Shino had
Tri-Edge?
feelings for Ovan,
6 months now.
and there was
Shino
this
hasn't come
there's
back
this
to the
weird
world since
underlining
Tri-Edge
tone
killed
that
her.
Haseo may or may not have
Meanwhile, the real life
some
Shino
feelings
is
for
lying
Ovan
in
as
coma,
well.
And no one seems to know the reason why. Tri-Edge. He is not a normal PK.
So you knew.
And then this
About
is the
Shino.
stakes for
Yes, but
For the
that's
dot
all
hash
that I
first.
know.
you don't
But
necessarily
if
get
you
trapped
were
in the
able to
game,
find
you get
Tri-Edge,
put into
you
a
might
coma.
learn something about Shino's coma.
And the only
may
way to be
also learn
awoken
more
from it
about
is to
what
solve
really
the issue
happened
in
that
the
day.
world.
And if you were somehow able to defeat Tri-Edge,
Sound like developers are pretty shitty.
Shino would come out of the coma.
The first
If
game
my
actually focused a
information
lot
is
on
correct,
that.
he would
Um,
be back today.
Main character
At the
posts
scene of the
a
crime.
post on the forum board,
scene of
and
the
it gets
crime.
deleted.
You mean
And you start going into some
Delta
areas that are
hidden
corrupted,
forbidden
and you see an
hologram.
admin. He's like, "Yo, y'all need to
The place
stop
where
this shit."
Shino was killed.
And some of the party members are like, "We can't stop because our friends are in a
Bronze
coma.
Cathedral?
Gotta go
And
save him.
We need someone needs to do something about this." And the admin
Yes,
look at him and be like,
finally.
"Hey,
I'll get my chance.
we got this. No, you
I
don't.
swear I'll bring Shino back.
Don't worry about it."
I'll do it over.
Yes.
Everything is going well.
We're the only ones who could
People are in a
possibly
coma.
bring her back.
The game is working fine.
That's quite literally what's happening.
Yeah.
Like there's
Ovan?
I'll meet
when
you
we
at
get
the
to it,
holy
we can
ground.
stop there. But when we get to it,
There
there's
are some things I must
a little
do.
desktop feature,
Hmm.
and it lets you look at different things. And you can
And
see world
JPEGs.
events happening, and there's tons of news articles about people going into a coma because they were playing the world.
Yeah.
But CC Corp is the developers and the company that owns it are like, no, it's not the game. It's not the game.
He will be back
Keep
to
buying our product. It's not
Joy-Con
the
drift
game.
doesn't exist. Stop. Stop. It's
As
not a
they
thing.
seriously have members
He's
searching
coming
within
here.
the game of what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because they have no grasp over it.
Did he like twirl his knot hair? God.
He's gotta be dramatic. It's that big moment. He's returning to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess the world owners are like rich beyond belief, so real world people can't get involved.
So this area is a special kind of an area. It's called a it's called like a sacred world or something, where no enemies spawn and it's mostly used for scenery.
Ah. I mean, I noticed that like the tags for this had 4 tags.
That's right.
It's still 3. One of them just has 2
Oh,
words.
it's 2 of them. Oh my god.
I wonder,
Hidden-
why'd she disappear?
Hidden, forbidden, holy ground. Holy ground is one keyword.
Okay.
Maybe she just lost her interest. Lost hope for this world.
Maybe she's just not into you.
What's that sound?
And so, scene of the crime.
That a
That
Eucratic
right there
cell?
is trial.
Powerhouse of wow.
And imagine the shock when you play the first 4 games, and this is what you're greeted with.
From the anime.
This is the player character of Kite, the main character of the original 4 games. But he's like stitched up and zombified.
That's the mystery of this game.
Why does he exist? Why did he take Sheena? How did they save the coma victim if she can't be the only one?
And we get our ass kicked right here.
So hard.
Okay. I assume Kite would like the player at the end of his arc.
Oh yeah, he was the player. In fact, I don't remember if they mentioned it in this game, but he was the leader of the legendary Dot Hackers. That is what the team name was called.
Oh. So he is the franchisee name.
He is the guy.
Okay. I'll get ya. Oh shit, it's not working. It's like he's much better than me.
His goal was to get as high a level as the game would allow him to because he needed the power to kill him.
Oh.
He's like level 120 right now.
Which is the highest, or?
I believe the highest is 150.
Okay.
Hell, what the hell are you?
But he can't beat him, which is because he is the mystery thing, the kid or whatever.
This guy killed
He works
Shino.
outside of the game, the game's limit. That is the other big part of the Dot Hack franchise. A lot of the enemies do not work within the confines of the game. Like you're not supposed to be able to break their weapons and overpower them in this manner.
Yeah.
And then this right here, the iconic data drain. This was an overpowered move in the original, and the way they limited your use is that if you use it too much in the original, you get infected and die, and it's game over.
But it was just a story MacGuffin at the very end of it all.
It was used to get some stuff to progress the story, and it's the only way you can kill certain bosses. But for here,
It's to get rid of everything.
complete rewrite,
Yeah.
because that's what it did in the original. If you used it on normal enemies, it took them to level 1. 6 months of hard work, gone in an instant.
It's an MMO. We can get it back.
I don't know.
6 more months.
And now this right here,
It's our
it's a
desktop.
desktop.
Oh, nice. Reboot complete.
Rebooted the whole system.
Oh.
I
Oh.
was fighting Tri-Edge.
Oh shit, I should probably go check my training point. I mean, nothing.
Damn it, I can't remember. Huh?
Hmm.
Reformatted? What's going on?
So everything is basically gone here. News capture, community forums.
So
Alright.
you can go to the forums, you get some different words and stuff, little side lore.
Hmm.
You can go to the news. You don't
Empty.
get anything out of it outside of world stuff. You can send
Reformatted?
emails
What's going on?
to your party members.
Oh, I just checked my emails.
Yeah, check it.
I thought I
You
did.
check it, you gotta click it one more time.
Oh. I could
Mail
tell you
date
that
not
from the menu.
All
hell?
emails he sent
Never delete
prior
these?
to this
They're all-
event no longer exist. It's as if he is a new player.
Hmm.
These are greeting cards you can send out, and then that's your party list.
No, wrong button. Alright.
Everything's been reformatted.
This is all PC, right?
All PC, yes.
What the hell
Okay.
is going on?
You're in the glorious the glorious future that is 2007.
There was one new email from Ovan.
One of these will lead to safety and shame. It is a path where you give up the world and never log in again. The other path leads to peril and pride. It is a path where you continue the world.
So he knew.
Resume your search for the truth. He knew.
What a bitch.
Let me be blunt. The latter path is torturous and will threaten both your mind and body. Once you have chosen it, there will be no turning back. If you still choose to walk this path, then there will come a time when you and I will meet once again in the world. When that time comes, I will once again say this to you. Welcome to the world.
What a bitch. You could have told me.
So,
Trial and truth. Whether or not I should quit
it
the
is
world,
implied.
You should know better.
It gets
Ovan.
revealed later whether or
I'm
not
gonna
he
go
does
back
or
to
not.
the world.
But it is
And I'm
implied
gonna get
that he
Shino
knew
back,
enough
no matter
about
what.
the events of this game and what is to transpire that he orchestrated the whole thing.
Oh. What a crazy game. Well, I guess I'll figure that out eventually.
And then in the
Salvador
news,
Ahara. I looked at anime saw it.
there's nothing really important here outside of just learning about the world.
Hmm.
So, like, if you go into arts, I think it is. Yeah, that's how they play
New
the game.
M2D.
That's
That goggle.
micro monocle display. It's the new version of it. It's basically our smartphones and the Google Glass, but
Ah.
everyone has one, and it wasn't abandoned.
Huh. Oh. 12 million mark.
12
Now if that's
million
popular
units
online
sold.
game. 12 only 12 million.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. But okay.
But this is after the relaunch. They've been down for some time.
So I guess that's the new version.
This is the newest version.
Ah, alright. These live together. Recently set a few years ago, stuff happened. Player kills and player is killed. Let's say
It's just
military.
yeah.
Oh,
It's one of
Japan.
those explaining what it is and is
That's
it
really
good for them? Should you play this game? And
Crimson was service down, okay.
that is a mini game that shows itself late in the second game onward.
Ubiquitous families, oh boy. New space station. 2017, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Games to blame for juvenile delinquency?
There's a lot of that.
1 million global
And there's
warming.
nothing really major here.
Death by
except-
gaming. This one?
Yeah, people be going into comas and stuff, and
Oh, so it's a known thing, but they're not talking, or they're not doing anything about it, I guess?
CC Corp is conducting its own little like search, but no one knows the nature of it. They think it's just too many people playing games and getting addicted, and the standard thing. And then if you were interested in sports,
Yeah, nice. Numbering system? Oh, that's kind of it, huh?
and this one's basically them trying to get on CC Corp's
That's all that, okay.
case. And if you actually go back in real quick,
Alright.
there's one special thing about the topic section in news.
That?
Jack Online Jack.
Yeah.
It is a literal video.
Being the hottest topic star reporter Salvador Ihara, bringing the dirt you want to know, and here's this week's Jack's target, Doll Syndrome. That what they call the coma?
it's a portion of the coma. In Doll syndrome, some people don't go completely in a coma, but they lose feeling in a body part.
Huh.
This is South
4 minutes.
Maihara's Online Jack.
Oh my god.
We investigate the hottest controversies in today's news. The
What is this
internet's
fucking...
hard-hitting show.
Where's in the world is fucking Carmen Sandiego-esque.
Okay, get ready, all you netizens out there. Today's Jack target is Doll Syndrome.
And these are
Have you heard of
basically
it? It's the mystery illness
more
that's
in-depth
spreading like
video
wildfire
formats
among
of some of the
grade
stuff going on
schoolers.
in the real world
It
as
causes
it
verbal
happens
and
in
mental
the
defects
game.
that leave
Okay.
victims non-responsive. That's right. This
Grade
disease
school
turns
children.
children into lifeless dolls. Oh no!
Oh my
But
god.
we'll fight back to combat
voice
this
actor.
earth-shattering crisis. We at
He's
Online
great.
Jack started an
He does a good
investigation.
job with this. The later ones get worse. It's amazing.
As in worse as in good, better, or worse as in
As in
worse,
good.
worse?
It's called Doll Syndrome, a truly mysterious illness. Some
Is he
scientists
just gonna
tell us the
go
cause
interview
is
some
hidden.
random guy's house that's...
He just walks into these people's place.
This
Like
book.
some of the
Internet
victims have
games
been
are turning our
outed,
kids
so he'll
into
walk over to their
dolls.
house and be
A
like,
warning
"Hey, can you
about
tell me what's
Doll
going on?"
syndrome.
I'm like, "Why are you at our house?"
It's just gonna go right into the home.
University, wrote the book
My
Doll
child
Syndrome.
got into a coma.
According to his book, Doll Syndrome's
Why are you
cause
here?
is none other than online games.
The guy, the author of that book, he just held up. He's at their house. He's just,
Oh my god.
"Hey, could you answer questions for my internet news show?"
Fucking A.
It's fucking nice.
What is this, bowling combine? Fucking... Let's go talk to this person here.
Could it be that it's also causing the dreaded doll syndrome? Are these online games
So is he
nothing
just
but a
this
blip
that
in our society?
tells you about the
The
various
professor
news
feels that
stories
way,
and
then
things
let's see what
happening?
he has to
Okay.
say.
So
Let
something
us
will happen
begin
in the
the
game,
interview.
and then he'll be like, here's the real world equivalent of what's going on."
Okay. And just have a
Doll
little
syndrome.
conversation.
Want? You know how late it is?
He literally just walked to this guy's house.
Fucking...
Hey there,
He
I'm
doesn't
the
even-
host
he
of
didn't even know he
Online
was
Jack,
coming over. He was
Salvador
like,
Ihara.
"What the
Just showed
I
up.
have a few questions
He
about
showed
your
up.
book. Online games are turning our kids
It's
into
like, is he
dolls. A
big?
warning about doll
This
syndrome.
guy in the community or something, or just...
Can you believe this guy?
We just happen to watch him more often than not.
Professor Sugai, we
People
wanna
know
talk to
him
you.
because his
You
thing is
just come to make
everywhere,
fun of my book,
Ah.
haven't you? Get away from
but
here.
he's just
If you don't explain yourself on
he
camera,
does
sir, you'll
this.
make yourself
Yeah.
look even more
It's hard to
suspicious.
not
I
know
don't have to
him.
explain myself. All I did was publish the results of my own
That Eggman?
independent research.
How you say independent research,
it?
but isn't it true
I
that
feel
your
like the
sources
voice is there a
themselves
little
are
bit.
questionable?
Not as questionable as you.
Well,
I can't
then
say for
prove to
sure,
us
though. I
that
don't
your sources
think
are
so.
credible. If
I
you
don't
do,
think
we
so,
won't
but
bother
it's
you
close.
anymore,
It
Yeah.
sounds familiar, and I'm terrible at voice actor names.
Give me a
Absolutely.
break. Who would believe you? And another thing, I'm an associate professor.
Can't show the eyes?
Okay.
Alright.
Well, we were turned down by Associate Professor Sugai, but
Well.
to follow
That-
our own
Are we still at
turned down
school
the
now?
professor. Now he's at an elementary.
God, we should really... Someone should just get this guy.
This is the elementary school where Associate Professor Sugai
I feel like there should be
was
security on
conducting
staff as
Down
well.
syndrome.
Well,
Yeah.
Is
a cop,
rare disease
maybe just
stalking
wandering
children of this
around, you know?
ordinary elementary school? Let's take a look.
man, the future's wild. 2017?
He just wild.
Man. Where was I 5 years ago?
Hey there,
Literally
guys.
going to
He
school.
just walked in.
Yeah.
Nobody knows he's
How's it
coming.
going, kids? I'm here. Oh, I'm a porter.
Middle of class.
Oh, what is this vision of loveliness
Oh
that
my god,
graces
he's
our
gonna
presence?
hit on it. Senorita.
Senorita. You and I
I want to know
can
how
see
much of
together.
this
Viva
was English.
Señor.
Did he say
So the beauty
senorita in
about-
Japanese?
Here we
You
are
might
in the
have.
teacher's lounge.
The
I've
beautiful
read
thing
one of
about
these since
this
the days when I used
this
to
version
peep
is you
under
can
girls'
swap the
skirts.
voices in
Mm.
Japanese
If
at
you
the
want
start
to film
menu.
in here, you need to get permission first.
Come on, check that
The
out.
whole purpose of the show is it's undercover.
You entertainment people
my
have
God,
no
this-
decency.
You're so beautiful when you're angry.
Stop that. What are you investigating?
Doll syndrome. Miss
Nice.
Michiru Tajima, teacher of 4th grade class 1.
I mean, would he know anything about it? He's a teacher. Unless he plays the game, I
That's it.
guess. But even
But
then.
like, she's shocked that he has this information on her,
Oh,
and that's to be continued. There's a bunch of them. There's a
Right,
couple. I think there's
right.
3 per game,
okay. And you just
and
get
they just
them
unlock as you progress.
silly. But alright.
And the community forum is literally that.
Yeah. Form.
So
The
you
world
have
versus
the world where
Up
people
call.
talk about. I think it's the world where they talk about just different
SBK
things going on in
system.
the
Can I
world.
get Ohm cell? I've had to try. Like, I miss out one. I do
I
too,
wonder-
buddy.
That was Revision 1. That was the original games.
Yeah. So.
And it's just people talking about what they liked and what they don't like.
So.
And you can find side quests and you can find extra words and stuff. Like someone will be like, I found an area good for leveling, or I found an area good for treasure for this level.
Yeah. Like Ohm cells. Where can I get them? Buzzing Rat's Puddle. There you go.
And when you back out, you have that in your log. You can go. You can use those words.
Epitaph of Twilight. Okay.
Then this is some lore stuff. Like, what is the Epitaph of Twilight? Why is it a thing? Who's looking for it?
This is the magical rumored MacGuffin that can grant the wish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But is it real or not? That's what they're discussing.
Ah. Oh boy.
And some of these get long.
Yeah. This is later.
Versus is about that mini game that doesn't show up until next game, and it's basically how do you play, who's the best player, what's a good deck, and because it's a card game.
Okay. Time to get that Gwent.
News is just the news section, but in the forum.
Fun internet game.
So some people will be talking about
just other games,
different games, things going on in the world, and stuff like that.
Apply now.
I think creepy, to be honest. I think that thread was about the people going into coma and developing what's called doll syndrome.
Yeah. Online junkies.
Oh, and then the new headgear.
Yeah.
Going out.
Is this fair?
This is your politics forum that you typically just avoid.
Okay, this is good. Whoa. Okay. Apple Star, huh? Baby Ken's mom. Oh man. Alright. Want to buy an M2D?
And that's all
new
real
one.
World stuff.
Yeah. Want to buy an M2D? Yeah, it's all the new ones.
Mm-hmm. And they'll
like,
be reply to, or they'll change it up. Rumors board is the fun one. They talk about
looking
stuff.
for 10.
They'll talk about some secrets are actually in the game and stuff that isn't in the game. Like I think one of the rumors in this one and the old one talks about going to an area at midnight and seeing a shadowy figure. There's one about ghost stuff. I think you actually used the rumors board a couple times for some story things in this one.
Okay.
But it's like, oh, I went to this area and I saw a ghost girl. What time? What frame?
Ah.
Oh, I went here and I heard moaning and it was kind of weird and I got spooked.
Force the pain, urban mystery the world. Please read rumor board. Just like the.
I think those are rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adhere to
the
the
pin
rules.
bulletin and stuff rules.
Yeah.
Thread rules. Offline rumor. No taunting. Good evening as a greeting. What's this about?
Always, because it's kind of like what was it?
I guess.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? How they told ghost stories. In some cases, these are ghost stories, so treat it as if you're speaking in a circle around a campfire.
Huh. Weird. All right. Oh, I didn't
And
check
then
that.
one more.
Pulu.
Did it let you in it?
I didn't check it yet.
Oh. This one's my favorite.
The graphic
Enter.
board. All right.
Go to the first one
No subject.
and go to the exclamation mark.
Hello,
See that?
my name is Masudo from Kyoto. I am student. Right now I study English, so Right now I study English, so I log into our server. I enjoy make many American friends. I am grateful for your bulletin board. Thank you for having me. Enlarge, get art. Okay. I can download
You
it.
can customize your desktop. That is
Oh,
the
nice.
background. That's the wallpaper you can load up.
Very nice guy. Walnuts cracked open Rodriguez. That's the person name. What is that? Apply below.
So
Eep,
right
I'm
side
scared.
is their name.
Oh, but it's kind of cool. No, wait, definitely scary. Right.
And then
Where's all this then?
and that's it.
Okay, well,
So you come here for a wallpaper.
is that it?
All the exclamation marks have wallpaper in it, and they say it's fan art or it's something else. You get some sick fan art that you will not see anywhere else.
That's kind of cool though. Board collection. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then you get stuff that's like that
Yeah.
because it's a message board.
Anyone
Not
can do it.
everyone's an artist.
That's fun. I like I'm just taking these things from people I don't even know. Like, ooh. Man, you don't know me, but I'm using your wallpaper. It's pretty great. Team Soccer.
and then you kick Chim Chims, so people talk about it being like soccer.
I want to play. Where's this person? Is that you?
That's you. You're the
Oh.
legendary PKK.
It's PK'd.
So there's a board talking about this person who was in
Oh my
red
God.
and black. You're kind of like a legend in some cases.
We were.
And because you got reset, yeah, no one knows who you are.
Yeah.
And then there's some other people in there that
Huh.
get the legend treatment. It's like, oh, I saw this character and oh man, I love their model so much I had to take a picture and draw it.
Neat. Alright. Well, that's enough of this part here. Special
That's
form.
all this is for.
So just for the extra stuff. A little bit of extra funny too. Crimson
Mhm.
Versus. Life stuff for everyone.
And then that's the mini game. It'll fail to load because it's down at the moment. Unable to access. Currently no service.
Alright. And then movie player, I can only imagine.
Yeah, replayer of cutscenes and a couple of extra stuff.
This allows
That's
us
where you
to
customize your background, your desktop.
color setting.
You can change the colors. You can add your wallpaper. And when you unlock some more, I think you might have a couple. You could change your background song too.
Change there.
Right now the BGM right now is currently it's called desktop, but you'll get some of the themes of the game and you'll get some from the areas
Okay.
as you progress. You can
This
save on the
is-
main screen as well.
Okay. Save that.
So this is
Yeah.
in a nutshell .hat.
Yeah. I do
The
want to
next
get
part
through
is-
it and play this eventually.
Yeah. It is nothing groundbreaking. I will be the first to admit that. It does not do a whole lot. That some things don't do better. But it is really... It's got a lot of unique stuff you don't see anywhere else.
What's with us?
And then there's a second set of forums. That's what these are. These are the official site forums and the official site.
Okay.
So it gives you little tutorial stuff and then an extra layer of searching for things. So the other ones were the community thing. These are official forums. So it's like, oh, this guild does this.
This
or,
links to
oh,
the actual place and it's monitored
Yeah,
by the proper people.
yeah.
Probably be required here and there. Alright. We're level 1 again.
Level 1 again. Gotta level up.
What's going on? Why is my equipment different? What the?
6 months of
Back
work
at level 1?
down the shitter.
What about my items? My member list? My equipment?
Huh? See, this is where he had made a mistake and didn't have the guild chest and all that stuff.
It's all
You know,
gone.
same. But yeah, so this is how you start you out to level 1 by having a story and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
lets you actually start a new game.
And it's I want to write an essay on this just to do it.
Go for it.
But it's also a part of his personal journey.
Of
The
going
game,
again.
yeah, the game titles reflect this. This is his rebirth, so he has to start anew. He as he goes through the second game, Reminisce, he remembers a lot of the past and a lot of the connects it to a lot of the new stuff in his life.
Hi. Kids talk
And
to
then
everyone.
You can talk to every NPC that shows up.
Okay.
And the fun part about this is
Bye.
Hey,
Oh,
do
it's
you
fine.
know what that guy's job was? I don't think I've seen a design like that.
I didn't look that closely.
yeah, I want you to go find him for
I
more
saw
story
it head
stuff.
towards the harbor.
But
Maybe I'll go
as
get
you
a
walk around the
closer
town, you
look.
can talk to everyone you see.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, only so many will spawn because this was designed for the PS2.
Yeah.
So Alice is here, but if you walk around the town, she'll show up again.
Oh.
You talk to her.
Oh, sorry
You
about
really
that.
Get me
Oh, the twinsies. Oh, bye.
twinsies. But if you go in and trade,
Yeah, 5 find fine. Okay. Trade menu.
You can
Nothing.
go in and see if they have anything interesting. So
Okay.
this is just what's being offered. Go ahead and hit trade again.
Oh.
If you click on her,
Ah.
these are the items they have in their inventory.
Yeah. Is there
So
stuff you
that-
have to get uniquely through these kind of things too?
There's not anything you can get uniquely, except for maybe a couple of
health
items or a couple of weapons. But how it works, do a little test.
No.
Go ahead, pick one,
I think I can afford this.
and then how many would you like?
Let's check one.
Okay, so then back out. Go to your side. You have to offer something of equal or lesser value.
Well,
That bottom gauge right there tells you how much it's worth.
so not enough.
So not enough. So you have to give her something else on top of that health drink, or something else that can also count for it.
What do I get for it though? Just to trade and that's it?
That's trade, the item you asked for.
Alright, well. No point to it.
So for her, there's no point to it. It's also early, so there isn't really anything special with it.
Yeah.
But you can get some pretty interesting items, like that pre-scroll is one of those. It's a skill item. You can teach yourself a skill.
Okay.
And some of them will have stat boosting items, like a book of knowledge, so you can give yourself extra points in magic.
It's fucking body types. So there's different characters in terms of races and whatnot you can build.
Not a lot. It's just humans and beastmen.
Huh. Okay. Then you went this way. There's no running button, huh? This is it.
That's your run button. You get a steam bike later.
A
It
steam
does
bike.
not control the best, unfortunately, but it is faster than running.
Gonna be riding my steam bike all over town.
Yep, you can ride it all over town. You can ride
Playing
it all over the
Pokemon
field.
theme music.
And if you ride it in the fields, you can crash into monsters.
Does that actually hurt them?
It actually hurts them, and it'll initiate the fight. And if you attack an enemy that's weak, that you are weaker to, or it's fucking huge and can't be knocked back, you will fly back into the. You hit it, do damage, and you yourself will fly back and hit the area.
That's fun.
So, you like guys that look like Matt?
Where'd he go?
I think he went down that alley.
Is there a reason why he's so transparent?
I think that one's mostly used for
I
effect.
can't even. God, I can't even save yet.
The only save point is in the area with the Chaos Gate, unless you save on the desktop.
I did do that at least, so.
And those green warp points just let you warp around the town instead of running around the whole thing.
Okay.
They're stationed around the important areas.
There you go. This is the last dead end, so.
Damn. It's those player
Oh my
counters.
god.
It's not much of a
Are they
challenge.
common occurrences at
Wouldn't
this
it
point now?
sound pathetically
Are they main
bleak?
characters?
They're not main
I know what you
characters,
mean.
but
Fighting
they're
those
kind of like
noobs is
Team
making
Rocket,
us
but Team
all
Rocket
rusty.
doesn't show up as often.
That
Oh.
rogue that we fought the last time,
You'll run into them a couple of
it
times.
really wasn't that bad.
You mean we're going after him next?
Hell yeah.
They're
There is
part of
no
the-
way in hell I can back down after what
The
happened
second
last
big
time.
guild, called Canard,
Canard.
Yes, ma'am.
and their whole philosophy is strength
Wait,
begot
What the
strength.
hell am I hiding for?
It's a PK
Why do
guild.
I have to hide from bastards like them? It's pathetic.
So everyone in that guild does nothing but want to get stronger and fight the strongest players they can find. But it's also full of assholes
You're
that pick
kidding.
on the weak.
No.
What the hell's going on?
And their their guild leader is a dork that does nothing but like, oh, are you guys having fun?
Are you
No.
okay?
Good.
That's
What
it.
happened?
And here's your best friend characters.
Are you okay?
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen
Hey,
to the pink haired
Are
voice.
you a new player?
You're a noob?
That one?
Uh,
Hey, I'm sorry. I guess I must have scared you, huh?
Hell no.
Fucking,
I'm
I don't
not a
know.
noob.
I'm piecing
I'm
it
the
though.
terror of death.
Terror of what?
I feel Teddy.
What?
it's Teddy.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you talking
Teddy's
about
everywhere
the
though.
famous PKK?
Teddy is.
Teddy
He is?
pops up when you least expect it.
Oh, you're a player
I
killer
remember hearing
killer.
his voice so
I
often,
knew
and
I'd
then I
heard
hadn't
about
played the
him
game for a while. I
somewhere
played
before.
Persona 4,
Ah,
Teddy's pretty alright, and then I popped this game back in. I was like, oh, fucking Teddy.
yeah.
Oh, I can't unhear it.
No, he's everywhere.
Definitely.
You never expect it, but he's there
Yeah,
It's me.
somehow.
I'm the real PKK Haseo.
I think there was a game I heard him in where he didn't sound like Teddy, and it was kind of weird.
No, I feel it.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to gain more levels before you can say
Like
anything
the
that.
green character,
What?
that voice as well.
If you're a noob, we'll be happy to teach you the basics of this game.
Yeah, I can never remember his voice actor.
It's like almost generic though in its
But
way.
it's a very, yeah, he's a very common guy who does a lot of
Noob support guild?
It's a guild that teaches noobs all they need to know to become top players.
So we're joining them, I assume, over time.
Famous, you know.
over time, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I need to give you our member
And unlike the
addresses
first two, these guys actually
Like
want
genuine.
to help new players.
Yeah.
They're good guys.
Addresses are an address system.
Oh,
Made just
man.
for
It's just my luck to
That's
learn
fair. You know
something
what? I would have
from
zoned it out too.
heroes.
So
I even lost
you're
sight of
technically
Ova.
gonna have tutorial 2. We won't do that here.
Right now,
Yeah.
But
I've got to level back
Haseo
up
will
to
be
become the
very
terror
much
of
I know
death.
how this works. Can we please carry this
Well,
along?
I
And then it'll
guess
Fair.
teach you
just
one new
hang
thing
out
that
with
you
them
didn't
for a
know
little
about.
while
Huh.
longer.
Yeah.
And it's
Look,
because for the
it
last 6
doesn't
months
mean
you've
that
been a
they'll
solo
join
player,
just because you
and the thing they
invite them
teach you is
to.
strictly for
Party.
Are you listening to
Mm.
me?
Yeah, I was listening.
You were.
How would you know?
Really?
Yes, really.
I like my characters moving creatively like this in
Anyway,
the
come
wheel
on.
game or
You're
something.
gonna teach me the basics, right?
I can only imagine a lot of
So
this
hurry
is
up and let's move on to
for
the next lesson.
presentation's sake rather than actually how the
Okay,
game would
then
play
let's go to
MMO
the
style.
Yeah, it's all presentation and flair.
Invite us
Because
into
Yeah.
your
when you
party,
think about it,
and
when
we'll go
if you went
find
and
the
fought
Chaos
Triad,
Mage.
that big anime cutscene, it was cool to watch.
Yeah,
But then if you were to put
definitely not.
that in the actual game engine, it's not as
Just be
not as
whacking away.
interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
But definitely
Alright.
steampunky vibe though, looking at all that. Kinda cool.
And
Right
this
there.
area is mostly steampunk. There's another area you go to that's more foresty.
And then where do I wanna go?
There's one that's like a giant city.
Where's this? Oh.
So you want to go
Save
to the dome.
point
That's
here
where
so I
your
can
chaos
save at
creates.
least.
Yeah. And this is Dot Hack,
Yeah.
my all-time favorite series. It
Okay.
has a lot to love and a lot, and I mean a lot, to hate.
This is
Because
the
this game
Chaos
did
Gate.
not age
You can
well,
put 3 different
unfortunately.
types of
Hmm.
words into-
Definitely
Like,
do want
it-
to play more of it, but yeah, I can. It's definitely that older style, and gameplay is basic been so far.
It's very basic. You don't do a whole lot of much. I remember when this game came out on Steam. I saw a big
I know that.
Okay. Well
spike
then,
of players
what
going,
area
"Oh
for
man, this game is great, but why do I only have to play as Haseo?"
And can't switch
Because-
out and all that.
You cannot. It's not like Star Ocean
Delta
or
Peaceful
Tales
needing
where you
freedom.
run around in the arena
That
and you
should be
can
a
switch
good
between
place
your
to
party
start.
members. No, you're strictly Haseo the entire time.
Hmm.
And people were like, "Man, I love this game. I want to play as the punch girl or I want to play as the sword guy," but you can't.
Yeah.
So you effectively only have the move set that Haseo has and nothing more.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like there's a whole lot currently beyond mashing the button and the one skill you have, but
Yeah.
skill
it does
system
get a
changing out
little
can be a bit
more-
more interesting and changing weaponry.
Yeah, it
Hopefully.
does. That stuff does change up battles a little bit, but again, combat's not the most. It's not the best, simply because it's still just pressing the button with the occasional skill or item. There's a part of the game later that really changed it up compared to the original that I won't spoil because you'll have to get to that yourself, and it's the other thing that sets this game apart from the original. But there's so much I could talk about this, man. Like
Yeah.
it's great in a lot of ways, and it suffers in a lot.
Is
of
it
other.
worth going to the anime with this as well?
I would say it is, just to see his growth with Shino. You can see why he got attached to her and stuff.
And all that involvement.
The only problem with the anime is it's kind of slow.
Oh. Well,
It's,
Trapped
I
here.
believe, 24 episodes, but it was one of the many anime adaptations that came out where when they did fights, they didn't put a budget towards it, so a lot of them aren't the best or don't exist. So it's a lot of talking.
That's fair though.
Oh, right.
There you go.
There is an affinity system.
Have a gift. He's happy. Here you go. Have a gift. Here you go. Have a gift.
There is an affinity system, and giving them gifts boosts that affinity. That and going on adventures with them.
Alright. Does it matter?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So, slight spoiler for the end of fucking disc 3. When you hit the post game, you get a very special greeting card that you can give to one of your party members. Now,
Okay.
in the original, you only got one of these, so you had to pick and choose specifically who you wanted it to be with. But in this one, you get one for literally all of your party members.
Oh, so you just give it to everyone.
And it is a special feeling.
Do you get like a return postcard
card.
as a result?
So you give it to one of your party members, and if you give it to one of the guys, you get a cutscene where you two have a fun day out and you get the best friend little note with it.
Fucking A. The
But if you give
UG
it to
hangout
one-
spot.
Hang out or you go and do something that they enjoy and they do something that you enjoy and you have like a best friend day out.
Oh, no.
But if you give it to one of the girls, you get a wedding sequence.
Oh my god. Well, that's fair. How else we can do it? Dude, fuck the wedding wings. In modern day, postcards.
Postcards.
Postcards. Fucking tiny.
This is .hack.
Yeah.
I would kill for an actual MMO of the world. I would play that. I would love to see a return of this game series, but currently Bandai Namco isn't interested in anything that doesn't make them money, which I understand. But their money makers are Dragon Ball, Naruto, and Sword Art. So those are going to get pumped out every single year.
Yeah.
And because Sword Art's getting pumped out, they probably won't want to put anything .hack related because they'd be competing. Which is a shame, because apparently that new Sword Art game that came out is bad. And I know the rest of them are pretty bad, but that one's like bad.
It's not worth it. Anyone more .hack.
I so want more .hack.
Yeah. Maybe in future. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
We're
But for
getting a
now,
dungeon fight.
I mean, this one's
online
got what?
fighting game.
As you said, 5 games? 4 games?
This one originally had 3 games, and this version of it gave it a 4th one, which is, I want to say, about 3 hours long. It's not a very long
Okay.
thing, but it's
Good
kind of
extra
a
bit, though.
wrap-up sequence.
That's kind of nice,
Yeah.
though. Alright. Well, fair enough. I'll try to get through this one eventually. Alongside the
hope
many
you-
backlog of games.
Oh yeah, for sure. But when you do get through it, I hope you enjoy it, because
Yeah.
I would love to unload a lot of information on someone that actually understands what's going on.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Well. See ya. Alright. You gonna finish up that?
Yep.